Hi guys, today I'm gonna show you how I hand stitch my felt plushie. I'm using two kinds of hand stitch, which is a whip stitch and a felt stitch, like this one on Tata's mouth. I'm only using one strand of regular thread, just like this one. It's going on a loop. This is an example of felt stitch, and for extra, this is a blanket stitch, which is ideal use for ornaments, cell phone cases, or any plush or craft that doesn't need a lot of stuffings. Because of the wide gap, it tends to have a gap there, and the stuffings may come out of it. Unlike the whip stitch, it has closer gaps. The stuffings will not come out. So I'm gonna show you how to hand stitch. So here I'm using a contrast color to the red one, which we will be stitching via felt stitch. I'm using a double strand here, then poke in one. Make sure it's aligned. I also use this kind of stitch in the nose of Koya. Make sure that your stitch is aligned. There, that's the felt stitch. Now I'm going to show you how to stitch the whip stitch. So here I'm using a darker shade of pink so you can see my stitch. Poke first on the inside part. When you stitch this one on the top, at first you will be slow and your stitch are not aligned, but eventually as time goes by, more practice, you'll be stitching more faster and more neat. I've been making plushies for about 6 years now. I started this hobby when I was first year in college, and with the help of plushie commissions that I accept, it helped me financially to graduate college. I just started selling this kind of keychains, felt keychains, to my classmates. They are my first customers. So next, I'm gonna show you how to stitch is the blanket stitch. It's up to you how wide is the gap on your blanket stitch. Just poke right into where you poke first, and then you will scoop the thread. Don't pull so tight when you're hand stitching because you may crumple the felt. But if you're doing the blanket stitch, it's always contrast to the color of your felt cloth. But if you're doing the whip stitch, it's much better that you're using the same color of your felt cloth. See the difference? So here's the difference when you put stuffings on the felt. The blanket stitch is like that. It's common. I didn't fill it up so much because I know that the blanket stitch, you're gonna open it up like this one. But with the whip stitch, it just has small gaps. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from me, guys. Comment below if you have some questions or inquiries about this kind of stitch, and see you soon. Bye.